Also keeping you posted on some developments in the United States Senate, a procedural vote coming on those refugees and what to do about them. Mike Emanuel with the latest on Capitol Hill. Hey, Michael.
Well, hi, Neil. The idea is pausing allowing Syrian and Iraqi refugees into the country until the government can do a better job of screening them. The Senate Majority Leader offered this preview a short time ago.
Passing the American Safe Act, which the House has already done with a bipartisan, veto-proof margin, would show Americans that their concerns are being heard here in Washington.
Yet Senate Democratic Leader Harry Reid has accused Republicans of turning to the politics of hatred and division, and top Senate Democrats have suggested they have the votes to block this bill from going forward. In last week's State of the Union address, President Obama made reference to this current foreign policy challenge.
Some of these places may become safe havens for new terrorist networks. Others will just fall victim to ethnic conflict or famine, feeding the next wave of refugees. The world will look to us to help solve these problems. And our answer needs to be more than tough talk or calls to carpet bomb civilians.
The president doesn't like this bill, but it was a big bipartisan vote in the House, a first procedural vote in the Senate tomorrow afternoon. Neil?
All right, Michael, thank you very, very much. Before we get to Colonel West on this, Alan West, retired military guy and, of course, retired congressman, we are learning, just as we suspected earlier, the New York Times reporting, as are others, that Sarah Palin has indeed announced she is ready to support Donald Trump for president. The same Donald Trump who has been criticized and zinged a little bit by the guy who used to be at the head of her ticket when she was his running mate, John McCain. Nevertheless, in what will be a blow to probably Ted Cruz, Sarah Palin is coming out in favor of Donald Trump. We'll keep you posted. All right, now to retired Colonel Alan West. I'd be remiss, Colonel, if I didn't get your reaction to just that. The Sarah Palin endorsing Donald Trump. What do you think?
Well, I think when you take that along with the governor of Iowa and what he came out and said today, referenced Senator Cruz's campaign, that's a pretty big twofer for Donald Trump.
Yeah,
today.
We should say that Terry Branstad had said that the campaign was not going anywhere, or certainly not to be endorsed or helped in Iowa. But I get a sense of a conservative traction here for Trump. What do you think?
Well, it's starting to definitely gel. I think one of the things when you look at Phyllis Schlafly and her standing behind Donald Trump out of Eagle Forum, people are starting to look at someone they believe will stand up and fight. And it is about the anger that is out there, and people want someone that is coming from the outside that will bring a different perspective to Washington, D.C.
You know, on this refugee thing, it does unite a number of Democrats. Not a lot. I think they would need 6 to get any progress in the Senate. But they got all the Republicans behind this. But the message to the president is go slow on this. What do you make of that?
Well, when you look at the vote in the House, you had 47 Democrats that came across, and many of the Democrats were concerned about the political implications. But remember, this is the exact same Senate that blocked the Iranian nuclear agreement from even coming to the Senate floor for a vote. I don't think they want to go down this path again, especially when you look across the ocean and what is happening in Germany with the sexual assaults and the rapes that are going on there in Darmstadt and Mannheim and Cologne. You see what has happened in Sweden and also in Norway. The police in Oslo said that we've lost our city. So there's a big concern about, let's take a pause on this. We just had 2 Iraqi refugees that were arrested in Sacramento and Houston on terrorist-related charges, and we know that the FBI is investigating some 900 cases all across the United States of America.
Okay, Colonel, Congressman, always good seeing you, my friend. Thank you on this busy breaking news
Pleasure. Thank you.
hour.